if you don't see the child, don't accept the child's emotion, they're going to have to repress it.
You have to stuff it.
What's another word for stuffing? It's pushing down.
Trap it, yeah.
Well, pushing down. What's another word for pushing down? Depressing. Where does depression come from? It's not this disease. Depression comes from having had to push down your emotions.
Wow.
Literally, you had to push down your emotions. In other words, why did you have to push down your emotions? To stay connected to your parents. In other words, it was a coping mechanism. And what I'm saying is that a lot of illness, whether of the mind or the body or both, comes from coping mechanisms. There are normal coping mechanisms in response to an abnormal situation. It's not normal for a child to be banished from the presence of the parent. In fact, if you look at indigenous people, they carry their kids everywhere. The kids are always with the parents. And the pilgrims, when they arrived in North America, they're very upset with how the natives reared their children. You know why? Because the indigenous people did not hit their kids.
They didn't hit their kids.
They didn't hit their kids. And the Christians couldn't understand this.
Why they didn't, create obedience with them, right?
Yeah. And
so what do they do?
They nourish them. And when you nourish a child, see, nature has got a natural agenda, is that you should grow up to be a self-regulated adult in connection with yourself and with other people. That's nature's agenda. It's like nature has an agenda for an acorn to become an oak tree. But an acorn doesn't spontaneously become an oak tree. It has to have the right conditions. So it's not a question of teaching the oak tree, the acorn to be an oak tree. Just give it the nourishment and the sunlight and the earth and the irrigation that it needs. Its nature is to become an oak tree.
Right.
The nature of human beings is to become self-regulated, socially responsible creatures. That's how we evolved. Given the right conditions, that will happen. So it's not a question of teaching all these things. Yeah, there's some teaching involved. Mostly it's the question of meeting children's needs, giving them the right conditions, and then they will develop self-regulation.
Mm-hmm.
They learn it because you're self-regulated, so they're watching you.
You're not reactive and explosive
You're not reactive,
and screaming.
You realize, oh, I'm angry. Okay, I'm angry. But you're not screaming at the kid. So in the right environment, these traits spontaneously evolve or develop in a human being. So our society is always about how do we teach these skills and no skills? Well, teaching is important, but more important is the child's spontaneous growth, given the right environment. And what I'm saying about this toxic culture, we don't give our kids the right environment.